Hi guys, and happy Sunday. Today is Sunday, June 5th, and I'm going to be showing you another one of my favorite layouts using designer series paper from the annual catalog. This one is called Perfectly Penciled, and if you've got your catalog, let's go back to the designer series paper. It's on page 133 of the catalog. Don't know if you can see that. And I didn't make a topper for this one yet, just because it's mainly a black and white set that you can color in, as I show here. So here's the one side, different flowers, leaves, vinery, and on the back is black and white. Alright, so what we're doing today is we're doing this, I don't even know what the official name is. I call it like a kaleidoscope, but it's not a kaleidoscope, but it's just doing multiple layers. And I don't remember when I was doing the standalone dies if I introduced these rectangles. These are called the deckled rectangle dies. You get 8 of them. And again, they're at the back of the catalog. Let me go ahead and pull them up here. Right here on page 170, deckled rectangles. So, you know, I went back and forth about getting them, but then I did get them on my very first order because I'm thinking, well, they're rectangles. You can cut them out, but they have a little bit, I don't know if you can see, have a little bit of that deckled edge. So it really lends itself nicely to adding a little focal point on your cards. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take this. We're going to go down. This is actually going to be considered a third layer. So we're going to go down to that 5 by 3 3/4. But I'm also going to show you why we're doing it that way. And if it's directional, your DSP for this technique, you want to make sure you have it the right way. So we're going to go 3 3/4 on this side. By 5. So this is a 1/2 inch down from your normal card base. All right, 3 3/4 by 5. And then we're going to go ahead, since it's 3 3/4, it will be able to go through your baby. So what we're going to do is, oh, excuse me. It's very early here in Chicagoland. It's before 6 a.m. And I don't think my sinuses have quite caught up from being asleep last night. So anyway, so we're going to go and we're going to do the third rectangle in, because you see that's going to make a good layer there and leave a frame. Then we're going to skip one, go down to this one. We're going to skip another one and go down to this one. Alright, so I don't know if you can see that because it's so, maybe I'll do it, maybe just so you can see, then I'll flip it back over. Oh, maybe I'll do the polka dots. I don't know. Alright, so, and I don't know if you guys have heard from other blogs, but we're not going to be getting the magnetic plate for the baby. In fact, they're going to shut off the order number for the big magnetic plate. It's not up to the standards that Stampin' Up! Likes, so they're going to turn it off. I'm going to keep using mine. They are going to give us refunds, but yeah, just another one of those production items. So in the place of having a magnetic plate, you're going to use your washi tape or a post-it note. Either one will work to hold those together, because we're going to go through this and we want to make sure that they all stay in the same place. I have my base, I have a cutting plate 1 and another cutting plate. So I have my base, which is 1, and 2 cutting plates, which are 2. And this is going to go straight through. It's going to make a lot of noises, guys, because you have 3 different dies, 3 different points of pressure here. But the nice thing is, since they're straight lines, you don't really have to go back and forth. All right, let's peel off. You can see how that pressure goes through. Peel it off carefully, because even though it's post-it note, it always could stick. We're on the back side though, so And the reason I can go on the back side, this isn't a stitched one. So if it was a stitched one, we want to go on the front side, so that way you get that stitchery. But since there's no stitchery, we're not going to worry about that. So put the back into my little sleeve, and let's go ahead and flip these over. So see, here are your layers. Let's move my plates over to the side here too. Oh, I might not have gotten that in very straight. I'm just going to go like that. I could run it back through. I'm not going to. So now I'm going to decide which color, which order I'm going in, and I'm still going to be looking at the new in colors. I think I'm going to go in this order this time. All right. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to take that brush end, and I'm going to go ahead and go into those flowers. I'm not going to worry about being inside the lines. So we have leaves, we have flowers, we have everything. So it's going to look monotone. But what I'm going to show you also, let's get just a little bit of color on there, is that I'm going to go ahead, let that set for a while, and then afterwards I'm going to come back through and go with the color lifter and take some of those colors off. So here I'm going to blue. And as you can see, I'm trying to keep them in the same order here. And I know you don't have blue leaves, but we're keeping this a monotone look, so you'll understand in a little bit. Oops, I got a little bit there that I didn't want to get. We'll also get the color lifter to get rid of that. And I might go over, after I take some of the lifter off, I might go over with the Parakeet Party and go ahead and remove some of that. All right. I'm going to take this color lifter right now and go over that. Let it dry, because these are alcohol based, so you really do have to let them sit for a little bit before you get the full effect. And these are all the light version of the blends. So we don't have any of the darks. These are all the lights. This Sweet Sorbet is very colorful. It's very strong. Again, I'm going on the leaves here, but I might go over with the Parakeet at the very end. Just add a tinge of green to that. All right. And can you see, oh, I should have probably swiped off the color lifter before I went on, because you can see I took away some of the blue, but there's also a little bit of a blue halo there. So obviously when I used it yesterday on this, on the Orchid Oasis, I didn't go clean to a piece of paper, because you see there's a little bit of a blue left over there. So let's go ahead, finish this up. I know, I'm sorry. If I knew how to use my editor, I would be fast forwarding through this, but don't know how to do that, so you're stuck with this. All right. Oh, look, I didn't do one there. Oh, hopefully I didn't get my hair in there. Sorry. All right. Put those over here. Orchid Oasis, it's a very strong color. So we are going to be doing a lot of color lifting on that. Okay. So I hope you guys have been having a good weekend. My Saturday yesterday, I did a couple videos, and after that I was just kind of lazy. Kind of watched some TV, did some shopping. Not a whole lot. I should have been playing more with my new products, but I just had to get out of my stamp room for a little while. As much as I love it, I'm in it a lot because I also work from home on the weekdays, and my craft room, unfortunately, is my office during the weekday. So sometimes I just need to get out of this room. Been in it too much. All right. A lot of coloring, and I'm not a colorer. I know I've said that before to you guys. All right, we're almost done there. Staying within the lines for the most part, but not having to fill it in completely. All right, now we're going to go back, and we're going to go with the color lifter. And let me see. On this, I think I'm going to just go over the flowers a little bit. Now, you're not going to see it right away, because it takes a while for it to soak in. So let's go ahead. Let me go ahead and get some of that off. On this, I'll show you, I'll just go into the centers. So that's where you'll see that to be lighter. Don't have a lot of centers on that. And then I'm going to go over those leaves with some green. Let me get some off there. Here, I'll go in the center again here, just so you'll be able to see that color lifter. This is where you'll really see it. The darker colors, you really see it a lot, in my opinion. All right, and like I said, as it dries, it's going to get lighter and lighter, and that's what you'll see right there. Sorry, let me get that centered. See how all those circles give it like that bleached look? All right, so I've given this a little time. Oh, I didn't go off. Let me go ahead and do a little more of those circles. That way that looks a little different than the leaves. So I'll have that two-tone look. All right, again, I'll let that set aside. I'm going to come over with the green and put a little bit of green in on those leaves. Oh, don't know if you heard that. My dog just came in. Since it's so early, my husband hasn't got up yet. So the dog is kind of hanging with me. He'll probably bark to go outside here in a sec. So then I'm just going over, like I said, keeping that undertone, but going some green over those colors on those leaves, just so those leaves appear a different color. It's not going to be a big difference, but it's going to be a subtle difference. All right. All right, we'll go ahead and leave it like that. And then here again, let's go over with some green on that. Where are my leaves? Oh, I think that might have been a flower. Again, it's hard telling what's the flowers and what's not here. All right. All right, so let's see here. All right. I might have to get my other color lifter. I'm not sure if this one... Well, I know it's working because it took a lot of that blue off from there. I mean, it really does take a while for the effects to show through. Let me get some of that color off there, because I really want this to be way lighter than the leaves. All right, I do see that that one's darker, so let's just give it a second. And then again, you can always go over, if I want to, I can go over again to add some more color to the leaves to make it look a little darker. All right. All right, that's enough. You've watched me color far long enough. Okay, and now you can start to see that some of that color is getting lifted off there. All right, so here we go. Now we're going to make our little layers. Now, if you wanted to, you could build it just like this with no layers. Oh, look, that really shows you where you may not have any color. Let me put a little red there. Not red, sweet sorbet. So if you wanted to build it, you could just stack it back up like this and put it on your card base. I like putting a little bit of a layer in between. So we're going to figure out which layer we want this on. I think we're going to do sweet sorbet. And then we're going to go ahead and mount it on Parakeet Party. All right, now I just had, let me see, here it is. On this one, I actually used the Stamp and Seal, because if you run your frame like this, it won't stick. Let me show you that. But on the smaller layers, I think I'm going to actually do the multi-purpose. So let me get my frame. Oh, that's not what you want to do, guys. Oh my goodness. It's very sticky, this tape. Shoot, I knew that was going to happen because this tape is so strong, especially with the DSP. All right, you know what? We're going to do it so maybe it's not so noticeable. All right, so let me go ahead and put that as a frame. All right, we know it's there. Sorry, gotta be very careful, very sticky. Probably also another good reason why to use a multi-purpose glue, especially with these thin frames. So then what I like doing on these, like I said, is I'm gonna make layers. So I'm going to go ahead and get out my scraps, but I don't think I have, see, I don't have a lot of sweet sorbet. So let me go over here. Oh, hi, Finn. He's laying down right in the middle of my room, right in front of my cardstock. All right, so we're going to take this, we're going to use this to cut. I don't want to get too much messed up, so I'm going to keep it over here to the side. All right, if we look at this, this is exactly 3 inches. So I'm going to make this width 3 1/8, and this right here is 4 1/4. So I'm going to make this 4 3/8. So we're going to go 4 3/8 for the length. I'm just going 1/8 up from that measurement. And then it was 3 wide, so I'm going 3 1/8 this way. Let's see how that lends just a little frame. I just want a very tiny frame around there. So let's go ahead and glue that down. I didn't switch out my glue, so I'm pretty sure that whatever one I pick up is going to be the one that's empty. Oh, this has a little, you know what? I'm not even going to risk it. Let me go over to here. Go by Finn again. Hi, Finn. Hello, Finn. Ooh, you hear me knocking things down over here? Grab another one of these. These are just old votive holders that I put the glue in. Let me see if one of these has a little more glue. This one feels full, so I want to be careful not to have too thick of a layer. All right. Go ahead and get just a little bit of a frame there. There we go. And then we're going to go ahead and on this one, I think we're going to pop it up. So let me grab out my bigger dimensionals. I was using the baby dimensionals, the mini dimensionals yesterday. I think I like the bigger ones better for this effect. They're just, I think they're just a little bit taller and seem to show up so much better. There, I think I got all of them. Nope, get that one. So I usually put black lines across so I can tell if I actually have that up or not. All right, so you want to make sure your pattern is going the same way. And then you're just going to layer that on there. All right, this next layer you can see is 2 1/4 by 3 1/2. And that's in the Tahitian Tide. So again, that is 3 1/2. See how that's 3 1/2? And this is 2 1/4. So we're going to go 2 3/8. By 3 5/8. And we'll see how that frame looks. That looks good again. All right. I know I shouldn't be doing this on my trimmer, especially when I have my mat right here. But it's just easier because I have to cut that layer, not to move it. All right. Try to get that on there. A little glue there, doesn't matter. We're going to hold over. Now since I did that layer, I'm not going to do this layer with dimensionals. I already popped it up on that layer. So this I'm going to go straight down. Line those up. And here's our last one. So this one is, let's see, it looks like it's almost 1 1/2. And 2 3/4. So we're going to go 3 inches. We're just going to go a little over that 1 1/2, but it wasn't quite. So let's do it like that. See how that looks. Oh, now I turned this around the wrong way. You can always go like that to see which way your direction is going. All right, yeah, I need to take just a smidgen off. All right, again, that way. I'm doing a very thin layer. I actually had it on the paper so it wouldn't come out as globby. Oh my goodness. And there you are. Since this is the last one, I am going to pop this one up. And one in the middle. Someone told me that if you do these near the edge instead of in the center, they're easier to come off. I don't know if they did come off easier. Wonderful. So this one I'm going to pop up since it's my last layer. Look how pretty that is. All right. And now, did I say I was going to do Parakeet Party? I think I did. Oh, Fiat, I keep walking right by you. Oh, he's right in front of my paper stack. So over here, where my shelves are, where my color is. I'm gonna have to let him out. So I've gone on long enough. Sorry, it's been a long video. It was going to be a short one, but you know how I am with short videos. Doesn't seem to happen. So here's 5.5. Score at 4 1/4. Oh, I'm going to go against my stand here instead of going on my, bringing the cutter back out, just to make sure it's even. There you are. You can either use your glue or your Stampin' Seal. I like using the Stampin' Seal on this just because there's a lot of weight to it. Your multi-purpose glue will hold, but I just like using the Stampin' Seal. Make sure you hover, get to where you like it, and then put it down. And there you are. Using that perfectly penciled DSP, using your blends, making a great overall look and a fairly simple card to create. All right, thanks a lot, guys, and have a great day.